What's up, guys? So we're gonna start by creating the navigation section right here. um, that's the first thing we're gonna create, and then we're gonna work our way down on creating the rest of the site. uh, I'm gonna be using Adobe Dreamweaver for this, so you can use anything that you want for your text editor, um, whatever you prefer. So I'm gonna stick to Dreamweaver. So first things first, we're gonna create our doc type, HTML, lang, English, and we're gonna create our head section. Under our head section, we're gonna create our title. Mine is BNA Electric. Close our title. You can name it whatever you want on your title. We're gonna create our meta charset UTF-8, and after that we're gonna create our viewport. So it's gonna be meta name it view port, and then content width equals device width, initial scale equals 1. This allows us actually for our platforms to scale to its proper size. So after we have that done, we're gonna generate I'm gonna add a note here. This is where we add our Bootstrap CDN. This is what makes our site function using Bootstrap. So let me show you where you can get it. You can go to getbootstrap.com. You can either download it or you can copy the CDN from here. I'm gonna copy the code from here, and then I'm going to paste it into my code. We don't really need to do anything here. This is what you need to make to be able to use Bootstrap, basically. So, but the thing we're gonna use is it's gonna be our external links, which is our CSS and our JavaScript. So let's start with our CSS. Link rel equals style sheet href. I already have my files set up, so basically I have a file set up as BNA website. I have my CSS here. I'll grab it and link to it, and now we're gonna link our JavaScript. It's gonna be script source, and same thing, my files here, script, and close my script. Once I have that ready, I'm gonna close my head section. From there, I'm gonna create my body. Under my body, I'm gonna close my body, and I'm gonna close my HTML tag. After that, let me give me some space. Remember, we're gonna generate our navigation section, so let me give it a comment. This is where my navigation section goes. First things first, I am going to create body. ID, my page, data, spy, scroll, data, target, equals nav bar, fault bar, fixed. Okay, so this section right here, it's what generates the navigation to stay fixed up top. It's actually pretty cool that way you can, you know, still be able to see the navigation. So that's what this section does right here. Okay, next is going to be, we're going to generate a class again. It's gonna be for our container, and we're gonna make it fluid. So we're gonna make our container fluid, which is gonna allow us to scale up and down our site to be able to be responsive. So once we have that, let me add a div class for navbar to be our header, and after that I am going to generate this right here. That way I can drop down and toggle our navigation. So we're gonna do that by creating a button type button, give it a class of navbar, toggle, data, toggle, collapse, data, target equals my nav bar. So let's preview real quick. That way we can see what we're doing. So right now, nothing really is going on. So let's add some more. So basically, we're gonna add our little icons right here. So whenever you're on mobile view, you know that this is the navigation right here. So let's add that real quick. We're gonna create that by creating span class icon bar, and we need 3 of them. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, and let's close the button down. So basically, let me save all that, go back to my view, and there you go. See right here? That's what we just created. So let me go back to my code. Next, we're gonna create the brand right here, navbar brand, which we're gonna include our BNA electric logo or whatever logo you're using. So we're gonna generate that by creating a class nav bar, and like I said, it's brand. We're gonna link it to, it's gonna be my page, and I added these right here. That way I can have some space. You don't need to do that, but it was more on my preference. So we're gonna create the BNA bold and electric small and regular. So we're gonna do that by making a strong tag, and then BNA, close your strong, and then I'm gonna create a span and then name it electric, and then close my span, close my link, my href tag, and then close my div. So let me save this real quick. So now where is my, there it is. So here it is. So now you see we created the BNA electric. Like I said, strong and small and regular. That's what I'm aiming for. So now let's create our links right here with the active blue background right here. So now I'm gonna create a div class collapse navbar collapse ID of nav my nav bar. Okay, and then now we're gonna create our on order list, create a class for it, equals nav bar nav bar, and then we want it to the right. Remember, we want it to go over here, so we're gonna put it to the right. And now let's create our links with the names. So now we're gonna create our links. So this is gonna be our first link, list item, and it's gonna be a href. It's gonna link to I'm gonna add my page, and then name it home, close it, close the href and close the list item, and then I'm gonna do another list item, href, and this one's gonna be, I'm gonna name it band, and then the text is gonna show as about, close my href, close my list item, do another one, href, and this one's gonna be, I'm gonna name it as, I don't know, tour. Doesn't have to be anything specific. And then I'm gonna services, and then close my href and close my list item. And then my last one's gonna be href. It's gonna be contact and contact. Close my href, close my list item, and before I do anything else, I want to generate this little search icon right here using Bootstrap's framework. So basically, I'm gonna do that by list item, href, and I'm not gonna link it to anything yet, but I'm gonna leave it with the hashtag. Basically, once it's clicked, it's just gonna stay on. It's not gonna do anything. And then I'm gonna create a span class, and this is what's gonna generate this little icon right here. It's a glyph. It's a glyph icon. Glyph icon. And then search. Just like that, man. Literally, it's named search. So close my span, close my href, and then close my list item. I'm gonna close my unordered list. I'm gonna close my divs, and then I'm gonna close my entire nav section. So now as I save, I go back to my nothing right now. Nothing at the moment is oh, I'm sorry, you can't see it. Sorry about that. Nothing at the moment is anything special. Just we're gonna do that with our CSS file. So once I'm out of there, we're gonna go to our CSS file. And then we're gonna create our we're gonna style our. Let me just make sure of something. So this is what we have so far. I wasn't sure if. Okay, yeah. So I must have typed something wrong, but this is how our navigation section should look like. I accidentally typed something that wasn't correct. So now we are going to style it. So we're gonna go to my CSS file, and we're gonna do the dot nav bar first. We're gonna give margin bottom of 0, background color. I'm gonna do F3, a light white grayish. Set the border to 0. Font size 14 pixels. Important. Make sure you put important. And we're gonna space out the actual link text. So basically the letter spacing. So we're gonna do letter spacing 4 pixels. Opacity let's do 0.9, and height 50 pixels. That way it's not all the way to the top. So as you can see here, it spaced out the text, gave it a little basically a little grayish, lighter grayish color to it, and it gave it 50 pixel height. That way it's not all the way to the top. Now we have that ready, so now we're gonna generate the nav brand. Basically, just give it a color. So we're gonna do dot nav bar list item a dot nav bar brand. Color 4C 4C 4D. So it's gonna be a darker grayish for the actual color. Let's get that. Somebody just texted me, but forget that. So now we're gonna do important. And what that generated was, it just gave it a darker grayish color to the nav links. Nothing fancy. Now let's give it a hover to the nav bar and the nav link. So dot nav bar nav list item a hover. Color, I'm gonna do 898989 and important. And then let's say that, and we're gonna create, basically you can see that it's a light grayish now. Excuse my kids, they're having fun. Now we see here it has an active link, but it's gray. Let's change the color to that. So it's gonna be dot nav bar nav list item dot active a. So it's gonna be color for the text. I'm gonna keep it white and important. Background color, it's gonna be, I'm gonna do like a bluish, so it's gonna be A2 D4, and again important. And let's check it out, see if it worked. There you go. So now we have our nav. Everything seems to be working. Once we close it down, everything works here. We have our drop down section, and I think we got most of it ready. We have a little border here. Let's try to erase that. This little border right here around this thing right here. Let's just erase the border. So we're gonna do dot nav bar default dot nav bar toggle border color transparent. Let's check it out. So now, bam, Doesn't have the border anymore. You see that? Awesome. All right. So now I think we're missing something on the drop-down menu. So okay, yeah, the background color to the drop-down menu. See, we don't have any background color. So let's generate that real quick. So we're gonna do, it's gonna be dot open dot drop down toggle, and it's gonna be color. Again, I'm gonna keep it white. Zero zero B7C 3. And important. So now let's add the background color to the nav right here. So whenever we click on this one right here, it's going to show you a background color. So let's do that real quick, and it's gonna, I'm gonna do my nav bar background color F3 F3 F3. And let's see if it worked. So now we have this thing right here. You see, it's a little grayish. It's working. Everything's perfect. The only thing left on the nav section is creating the electric and giving it its actual font size and font type. So let's generate that real quick. So we're gonna go to, remember I gave it a span. It's gonna do font size 16 pixels, and then font family. I used a font called Charter, and nav bar brand. This is the actual font logo. That so it's gonna be font size 36, font family, again Charter. Let me save my files, and remember we were changing this. So now I'm not sure why this is not smaller. Span 16, font size 60, font family, Charter. Oh, I see that, 36 pixels. And then now we save it, save all, and bam, there we go. We have everything working now. So so we generated our navigation system, our navigation for our site. As you can see, how it's looking here. Pretty much that's what we wanted. So It looks a little bit different here since we don't have the rest of our sections, but it's working. We have all the code necessary for it to work properly, and the next thing we're gonna work on is creating this carousel image slider, and hopefully on the same video I can create these right here, these drop downs, and like I said, we're gonna work our way down little by little and make sure that we clearly understand on what we're trying to do. So like I said, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment and I can get back to you. Alright, well, thank you for watching this tutorial, and let's start on this section on the next video. Okay, thank you.